believe I was 11 years old. I forget where we were. We were coming home to my home in Zachariah, Kentucky. And, from in small towns, there's not really like fire departments, right? There's like volunteers. And my father was a volunteer of the Tri-Community Fire Department. And I remember we got home, and there was one of the other volunteers waiting for us, and he said, "Ronnie, there's been an accident, and I'm afraid your father, my grandfather, was killed." And it's strange how certain like memories just stay there, and this has always stayed with me because he died in certainly unusual circumstances. He parked his truck on a strip of the L&N that runs through Beattyville, and that's a train track. And he kind of waited for a train, and one came, and as will happen. And I remember so many people telling my grandmother and my father that, I'm sure his truck, it just stalled. But I think there were a lot of us that questioned that, whether it was in fact intentional. And then as I've aged, I've realized that just the fact that so many people questioned it kind of spoke volumes about what kind of man he was and what kind of life he lived. So this song is called Austin. The night air bends the tobacco low. Ruby walks the fields as restless as a ghost. She knew Austin would leave her someday, just not this way, not without saying goodbye. Shivering in her pale nightgown, trying not to hear the ringing coming from the house. It's the 10th time the preacher's called. The sheriff told her his truck must have stalled, but she knows when she's been told a lie. And if there ain't no broken hearts in heaven like they say, then heaven sure as hell ain't round here. That common train is for to take you away. Do you hear it, Austin? Say, Austin, do you hear? From the courthouse steps, he'd watch them trains passing through and try to picture every place they could take him to. There wasn't nothing left of his truck. Ruby always said he'd die in that damned pickup, and I guess she was right in the end. Maybe we'd be different people if only in a different place, and who we were disappear without a trace, along with all we'd done and the things we've been running from, maybe just around the bend. If there ain't no broken hearts in heaven like they say, then heaven sure as hell ain't round here. That coming train is for to take you away. Do you hear it, Austin? Say Austin. If there ain't no broken hearts in heaven like they sing, then heaven sure as hell ain't around there. And that coming train is for to take you away. Do you hear it, Austin? Say Austin. Do you hear it, Austin? Say Austin. Do you hear it, Austin? Say Austin. Do you hear it, Austin? Do you hear? Thank you. I appreciate that.